Good morning. It's nice to see everybody. My name is Amanda Kruger, and I serve as treasurer of the Board of Trustees of the Unitarian Universalist Church of Spartanburg. Woohoo! Welcome to this sacred space. We are glad you're here. At UUCS, we strive to be a beloved community of warmth, love, and support across all of our differences. This is a welcoming congregation where everyone is welcome just as we each are. If you are visiting with us this morning, we would love to meet you. Visitor cards may be found in the pocket on the back of the chair in front of you. Please feel welcome to fill one out and place it in the offering plate during the service so that we can connect with you. There is always a lot going on in the life of this congregation. You will find the October Connect in the lobby and a one-page weekly calendar in your order of service. Thank you to everyone who brought food, spent the night, and offered accompaniment and support for our guest family over the last 2 weeks of hosting a Way Home program here. You made good our aspiration for this congregation to be a place of welcome, hospitality, and unconditional love. Thank you, everyone, for your excellence. This Tuesday evening, October 21st, at 6 p.m., here in the UUCS Sanctuary, there will be a classical guitar concert by the Sue and Cam guitar duo from the Eastman School of Music in Rochester, New York. Both artists earned the Doctor of Musical Arts in Guitar Performance and Literature from Eastman. Come and enjoy this beautiful performance and invite others who would be interested. The public is invited and all are welcome. A love offering to support the guitarists will be received. Hallowed be the queer. The Upstate Pride March and Festival is only 1 week away, and we need lots of help. We need a setup crew, tent volunteers, and donations of lots of bags of Halloween candy. We also want you to come march with us in the parade. You can sign up using the Sign Up Genius that was in the happenings. Scan the QR code on the flyer on the whiteboard in the lobby, or see Ann after the service. There is so much happening. This is a busy time of year. So boo at the UU next Saturday, October 26th. Come dressed up, bring chili and toppings for a chili potluck, and decorate your trunk to hand out candy to all of our little ghosts and goblins. This is really fun. This is a great opportunity for us all. Our Samhain celebration at 7 p.m. on Wednesday, October 29th. The November 1st due date for the donations for the November auction, and the auction is Saturday, November 8th, which starts at 5. Lee Jenkins will be in the fellowship hall today after service to help people. And much more. Please read your Connect and happenings to be a part of the full rainbow of activities here at this wonderful congregation. We need volunteers for many of these events, so please sign up to help us make the best things happen here.
Good morning. My name is Mel Fritchie, and I will be serving as your worship associate this morning. I am excited to be reading to you several times during the service from Parker Palmer. I understand that Scott may be speaking about discernment today, but these readings were particularly useful to me, and I think will explain a great deal about discernment. The Clearness Committee, a communal approach to discernment, from the groundbreaking educator and philosopher of democracy and community, Parker Palmer. Many of us face a dilemma when trying to deal with a personal problem, question, or decision. On the one hand, we know the issue is ours alone to resolve, and that we have the inner resources to resolve it. But access to our own resources is often blocked by layers of inner stuff. Confusion, habitual thinking, fear, despair. On the other hand, we know that friends might help us uncover our inner resources and find our way. But by exposing our problem to others, we run the risk of being invaded and overwhelmed by their assumptions, judgments, and advice, a common and alienating experience. As a result, we often privatize these vital questions in our lives at the very moment when we need all the help we can get. We find ourselves cut off from both our inner resources and the support of a community. For people who have experienced this dilemma, I want to describe a method invented by the Quakers, a method that protects individual identity and integrity while drawing on the wisdom of other people. It is called a clearness committee. The clearness committee is testimony to the fact that there are no external authorities on life's deepest issues. There is only the authority that lies within each of us, waiting to be heard. Behind the Clearness Committee is a simple but crucial conviction. Each of us has an inner teacher, a voice of truth that offers the guidance and power we need to deal with our problems. But that inner voice is often garbled by various kinds of inward and outward interference. The function of the Clearness Committee is not to give advice or fix people from the outside in, but rather to help people remove the interference so that they can discover their own wisdom from the inside out. If we respect the power of the inner teacher, the Clearness Committee can be a remarkable way to help someone name and claim his or her deepest truth. Saint Davalin of Athena, in her now famous letter to her congregation in Spartanburg, wrote to them, "Be kind to one another. Don't allow small matters to separate you. Serve each other, and whatever each of you has, share cheerfully, knowing that your reward is a liberating love that frees us all." One of the ways we are kind to one another is by taking some space in our service for our rippling bowl to share our joys, our concerns, our sorrows, our dreams. At this time, you may come forward to place a stone or shell in the rippling bowl, representing anything that you hold in your heart. Please come forward. If you are visiting us for the first time, know that our congregation does not hold a creed, but we do have a covenant of how we wish to be when we are together. We are not perfect, but we strive to live up to the words of this covenant by repeating it together every week. Please join me by reading the words of our covenant found in your bulletin or below you on the screen. With courage we say, we are a people of faith and hope. Together we covenant to strive to become our better selves, to honor both the critical mind and the generous heart, to prove that diversity need not mean divisiveness, and to respond to systems of violence and oppression with the power of a love beyond belief. St. Davelin further writes in her epistle, "Remember that nature is our teacher and provider. The waters of the earth provide nourishment, refreshment, and space to play for all the earth. The flow of the river is there for us in the same ways. Slow down and receive care, nourishment, and refreshment, while also taking time to play." Which brings us to the time in our service when we receive care, nourishment, and perhaps take some time to play. You are now welcome, if you wish, to greet one another. Please take your cue from the person that you are greeting as to whether or not they prefer to be tackled with a bear hug or simply left in their seat. I guess when Erin plays some music, we will stop playing. Bunch of rowdy UUs.
Just follow
Heard there were a bunch of rowdy UUs out yesterday, too. We support this vibrant community in so many ways, by volunteering, by supporting one another, and with our gifts of money. It is now time to receive the offertory that keeps this place the vibrant community that it is. As a reminder, our Share the Plate this month will be given to the Upstate Pride Festival and the Uplift Outreach Center. All of designated funds or half of undesignated funds will go to this community, those community partners.
As I walk through this wicked world, searching for light in the darkness of insanity, I ask myself, is all hope lost? Is there only pain and hatred and misery? And each time I feel like this inside, there's one thing I want to know. What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Whoa, what's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? As I walk on through troubled times, my spirit gets so downhearted sometimes. So where are the strong, and who are the trusted? And where is the harmony, sweet harmony? 'Cause each time I feel it slipping away, it just makes me want to cry. What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Oh, what's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? So, where are the strong, and who are the trusted? And where is the harmony, sweet harmony? 'Cause each time I feel it slipping away, it just makes me want to cry. What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Oh, what's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Whoa, what's so funny about peace, love, and understanding?
More on how the Clearness Committee works from Ask Open Questions from the educator and Quaker philosopher Parker Palmer. The meeting begins when the focus person breaks the silence and gives a brief summary of the issue at hand. Then the committee members may speak, but everything they say is governed by one rule, a simple rule, and yet one that most people find difficult and demanding. Members are forbidden to speak to the focus person in any way except to ask honest, open questions. This means absolutely no advice and no amateur psychoanalysis. It means no, why don't you? It means no, that happened to me one time and here's what I did. It means no, there is a book or therapist or exercise or diet that would help you a lot. Nothing is allowed but real questions, honest and open questions, questions that will help the focus person remove the blocks to his or her inner truth without becoming burdened by the personal agendas of committee members. I may think I know the answer to your problem, and on rare occasions, I may be right. But my answer is absolutely no value to you. The only answer that counts is the one that arises from your own inner truth. The discipline of the Clearness Committee is to give you greater access to that truth and allow you to have a personal dialogue with it, while the rest of us refrain from trying to define that truth for you or to guide that dialogue.
Share silence with me. Discernment. I have not seen any children here this morning, but if there happen to be any children in the sanctuary who would like to come down, you can make a circle, and I want to just talk with you for a minute. And if there happen to be any kids around anywhere. Otherwise, I'll just treat you all like a kid. Oh, here are some people. Come on, make a circle with me. It's so good to see you all this morning. More people. Where did you all come from? Over there in the corner. Over in the corner is where kids come from. It's so good to see you all. It has been such a busy week. We all have so much going on. Yesterday, people had so much going on, all kinds of different things. I'm amazed to see anybody here on a Sunday morning. It's so good to see you all. I want to ask you to do me a favor. Okay, I'm going to give you a challenge. In just a minute, I'm going to count to 3. And walking quietly, I want to ask you to go to windows in this sanctuary. Our windows don't have anything on them so that all the world and light can come into this space and we can go back out into the world. The windows are like a portal that we travel through. And I want to ask you to go to the windows and look. Look at the world. Look at the trees. And then I want you to come back ready to tell me what colors you see. What colors you see. Got it? So when I count to 3, you're going to go to the windows. You're going to look out. See what colors you see and come back ready to tell me. 1, 2, 333 million. 3. Got it? All right, here we come. You're going to hear what these answers are. Green. Green. Did you see red?
And yellow in the tree's leaves.
Red and yellow in the tree's leaves, and also green. What else do you see?
I saw green.
Green. What else?
I saw gray in the sky.
Gray in the sky. There's a storm coming. I see some blue in there too, kind of in the gray.
I saw,
Yeah.
like,
Some
some pink,
mixed.
some brown, and like I forgot what else.
Pink, brown, and who knows what else? We forget. Very good. What other colors?
But I know I saw some green.
Some green.
Definitely.
Go ahead.
And some yellow.
Some yellow.
And some brown.
Some brown. Very good. This sounds amazing. What else? Anybody else see any other colors? Yes.
I saw green, brown, and yellow.
These are beautiful.
Oh, and I saw like tan type of color.
Different colors of brown, all different shades of brown. Brown's one of our richest colors. It's so beautiful, right? Oh, look. I love every time of year. I think every time of year is beautiful. But I definitely love the fall. And I found these leaves right outside where you were looking. Take that. Yeah. You want to take one? What colors do you see in these leaves?
I see red. I see red like a red, orange, yellow. Red, orange, pinkish.
Look at this one. It's like purple.
Oh yeah.
How beautiful.
Pink one. That one has green.
Aren't they so beautiful?
Bright yellow, and it looks like in the star kind of.
Yeah.
There's sap on it.
Yeah, they do have some sap.
I don't know. Sticky
It's
sap.
a little bit sticky. Aren't they so beautiful?
I'm eating the sap. This one's
Listen,
exactly.
this time of year is a time of year where we live where some of the trees change colors. They're so beautiful. And it's as if the whole world,
That's sap.
it's as if the, listen, it's as if the whole world turns into a rainbow. And it's like the, yeah, wow. And it's like the world is saying, hey people, look at how beautiful all of these colors are. What if you were just that beautiful? What if we were all different colors?
I'm rainbow and I'm galaxy colors.
Your galaxy colors.
I have all of the stars.
All the stars, everything. And
Everything like this.
It's a time when we can all dress up and be all of those colors, right? I love it. I love it. Now listen, last week we worked a puzzle. All these different colors
My home.
and a map of our country. Can you put the puzzle together again? Can you work together to put the puzzle again? Work together. Help each other. If you get on top of each other, you won't be able to do it. Work together. There you go.
This one goes here.
Good. Almost there.
This one goes here.
Very good.
Oh, you need to place yours down. Everybody was in mine.
This looks really good. We're almost there. Yes.
Yeah.
And this one we can turn around. Now, what is this a puzzle of?
The state, the United States.
The United States. This is our country.
North America.
North America is even bigger than this. This is a picture of the United States, all these different colors, all these different people. It's like a country of rainbow.
I can't even.
It's so beautiful. Now,
Where
I want us to do one more puzzle. You ready?
we live right here. We live on the no green one. No, we live no.
All right. Sit in a circle again. Ready?
Oh, rainbow.
We're going to do one more puzzle.
Puzzle.
I'm going to give you a piece, and I want you to pass it. We can make a circle. Let's show everybody that we know what a circle looks like. Here you go. I'm going to give you a piece. I want you to pass it around, okay? Until it reaches all the way over here. Here we go. Pass it all the way around the circle. Pass it all the way around. Keep passing it all the way around until everybody's got one. That orange one can stay right there with you. Everybody gets one. There you go. And you keep the purple piece right there. You've got the blue. That's good. You hold on to the yellow, green, orange. There you go. Wow. We're going to maybe make this work. Would anybody else take one more piece? All of them take a piece?
Wait, I want that.
We got to share. You've got the yellow. Why don't you take the yellow person too? Hand it to her. We're going to share. Can you hand it to her? Very good. There you go. Thank you for sharing. Very good. All right, this is a puzzle. It's a puzzle like the colors of the leaves and the colors of the world and the colors of our country. You got to work together. Don't get on top of each other. Can you put the puzzle together? Go. Work together. Help each other. Very good.
I feel like there's one missing. Is there one missing?
Put the people around.
Red, yellow.
All right, good job. Everybody sit back. We're missing a piece. How do you know that we're missing a piece? All right, everybody sit back. Let's look. Make your circle again. Put all the people there. Very good. All right, sit back, make a circle. Is it finished? No?
It's missing this piece.
How do you know that there's a piece missing?
Because like it all needs to go like this and then
It doesn't quite look right. It's not quite finished. That's right. We need one more piece, right? The puzzle doesn't work without all the pieces. That kind?
Yeah.
Let's see if we can find it.
Then we need that. There
What? Oh, I was the one messing it up. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. Good job.
Wait, this one is before that. And the red one go on top. With the red one to go on top.
It could. All right, everybody sit back. Let's take our hands off and everybody sit back. That's beautiful. Make a circle one more time. Now listen, you have worked 3 puzzles today.
3?
Yes, 3. We did the map, and we did the rainbow, but we also figured out another puzzle. And it's a puzzle that isn't complicated, but it's really hard for people. It's the puzzle that everybody belongs.
Did 4.
And we talked about the leaves. That is 4. But the other puzzle is everybody fits. And when somebody's not in, listen, when somebody isn't included, when somebody's left out, the puzzle's not complete. We got to include everybody, right? You all did such a great job. Let's give yourselves a huge round of applause for working all these puzzles today. And you can go back to your seats.
Can I keep
You may keep the leaves.
This one's actually the staff leaf one leg. And this is my staff. That's my staff. This is my Mickey that I licked.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Everybody belongs. Well, I want to thank you all for the work that you have done over the last 3 years to make this possible. It's so beautiful. So let's give you a round of applause for figuring that puzzle out. Discernment. We shared last week a saying favored by the historian of our congregation, a longtime member and leader of this congregation, Marion Tisdale, who says to tease us and to urge us forward in the purpose of this congregation, that we are all here to seek the truth, and if you find it, you have to leave. I was talking with Marion about how that reminded me of a quote by another well-known leader who in his own way is also a pillar of this congregation, Mahatma Gandhi, who said his God was truth. Now, Marion is an avowed atheist, and Gandhi believed in at least one God and maybe in 333 million. Their words are not the same, and their worldviews are not the same. And if we were to try to parse the differences of their worldviews and what they were saying, we would quickly come to an impasse. We can hear in both of them a deep, deep commitment, a deep faithfulness, I think we could say, to the truth. And also a humility in that love of truth. We're here to seek the truth, and if you find it, you have to leave. This is a constant pursuit, one that we're never done with. And if we think we've got it, we need to go back to the beginning and start again. And let humility temper our zeal. And if God is truth, then truth may live within us and also be beyond us at the same time. something that we are deeply connected to and informs our lives, but which we never can fully own or contain, and certainly not have the hubris to think we can use it. So we hear in these two worldviews, these two statements, that on the surface are so different from one another, a similar pursuit to seek truth with great love and with a life of commitment, and to never allow ourselves the self-righteousness to think we've got it, especially because when we think we've got it, so often we slip into thinking, and now I need to make you get it too. We had a gathering here this week to share data from the 2025 LGBTQ needs assessment that was created by benefactors in this community and folks who have a connection to this community and who now live far away, who all care about the community that we build in Spartanburg and who want to make it a place of inclusion and belonging for everyone, for people just like them. For some folks who have felt like they had to leave because of who they are and how this community treated them, the exclusion and non-belonging that is so prevalent. And so one of the many works of that group of people that have come together through improbable circumstances is to do a data assessment, a needs assessment, every several years. The last one was in 2018. And when that needs assessment was shared and the data was shared, just about the quality of life and the expression of life from our LGBTQ plus siblings here in Spartanburg County, there was an eruption of positive energy to create a whole network of community organizations, of nonprofits, of advocacy groups, to take where we were and try to make things better. And the measurements from 2025 indicate that we have made some progress, and we have a long, long way to go. Out in the foyer, there are copies of the executive summary. That's the first part of the needs assessment. There are another 40 pages of data that are in the digital copy that we've been sharing online and that we'll keep sharing. But out in the foyer, there's several copies of this that includes a summary of the findings and, most importantly, recommendations about what our community can do to keep moving things forward. It's very beautifully written, and I'm just going to pass this around while I'm talking so that you can have something interesting to do. Let's pass that around as our children have shown us how to do. But when we gathered, a fascinating thing happened. We had 4 different presenters, facilitators, a number of folks who helped generate the survey that is the basis of the data, and then who helped implement the data, and then a bunch of folks from the community. It was a majority queer gathering, and several clergy from a lot of congregations that have not been involved in the work who came, wanting to become involved, which is really great news. We have now, we think about a dozen congregations that want to be a part of this in some way, and that's a really big deal for Spartanburg. That doesn't mean everybody understands things all the same way and says everything the same way, but it does mean they're folks of goodwill who want to work together. And that is an outcome of the 2018 data. But in the course of the presentation, what began as sharing data became a dialogue about what was represented. And this is hard stuff, and there was a lot of energy in the room around whether the data was right on certain points and how were certain conclusions arrived at. Nothing was against, but it was, is that really right? That doesn't quite line up with my own experience. That's a strange percentage to hear because in my conversations with people, I hear way more of this or way less of this. And about real things like access to health care, access to mental health care, access to housing, like stuff about making a life in the world. And sometimes folks needed to leave the room and then come back just to get some air. Because it's about lives and their lives and our lives. On one level, we could describe this as qualitative data meeting quantitative data, where measurements have been made and those are tested against life experience. And the two things are not the same, but together they help us perceive a bigger truth, where our measurements create a grounding, but we know that measurements themselves can be flawed. Like everything, they are subject to human error. So for example, in this data set, which is way better than the 2018 data set, which was still so generative, the executive summary will share with you that there are an estimated 12,000 people in Spartanburg County who identify as members of the LGBTQ plus community. The survey, which was pushed out again and again and again, asking people to take part in it, who were from that community, was a sample size of 251. This is a very small sample size compared to the actual LGBTQ plus population estimated of Spartanburg County. So the data is useful, but it is not complete. And the stories that people share are their own stories of one person or a group of people. It also is not comprehensive, but together the two things push us to something more, including just an awareness that there's a lot we don't know. That neither of those sources of data can give us a full picture. And part of what they offer us together is we have more to understand, more to learn. In the search for truth, we have a job to do, to try to understand the reality of the world the very best that we can. And a lot of us here work really hard at that, through quietness, through self-reflection, through the shared insight and prompting of people that we trust, close friends, close family, chosen family, therapists, people that we can be in very intensive dialogue with, and through our own testing of the world and experimentation, our own reading and research and analysis. And that's the first work, to seek the truth. All of us are fallible. None of us have the whole view. And so, for seekers of truth, one important next step is to listen to the voices of other people who may have a different truth. It doesn't have to even be a radically different truth. These can be entirely sympathetic people. But people who know they are free to ask questions and to help us second guess. Not for the sake of hurting us, but to push us towards a greater truth, a deeper truth. In that presentation of the needs assessment this week, if there had been no dialogue, we might have all left feeling very good about ourselves and much poorer in our understanding of actual reality. And so we might have felt self-assured, but in truth, have been much less prepared and much less effective. And that's not our purpose. That's not why we're here. The Quaker tradition is a tradition that has a close affiliation with the UU. It's not the same, but like the Progressive United Church of Christ and Disciples of Christ, the Quakers, the UUs, these are all movements of progressive spiritual thought in the Western tradition that try to push to an ever-unfolding, ever-evolving truth. something that's never settled, for the purpose of accessing that deeper truth and the humility that it brings and the empowerment it brings to make this a better world. The Quakers have this practice, Clearness Committee, where a person seeking truth, especially to make a decision in their life, to know how to navigate a difficult decision, a partnership, a school choice, a job change, a crisis of conscience, a way to navigate a troubled world, whatever it is, the person faces a question that they must discern the answer to. And they do the work of trying to figure out that answer. But part of that discernment is to gather a group of people around them who can help them. And the help is in the form of open questions. Not prescribing what a person needs to think. Not requiring them to compute data. Not telling them what to do or how to fix their situation, tempting as that may be. But urging that person to hear their inner voice, the voice of conscience. 2 weeks ago, we talked about basic human dignity. That people are more fundamental than all of our ideas. And last week, freedom of conscience, that you are free to think anything. And your conscience should be troubled that you don't know everything. And today we're talking about discerning truth. How do you get to truth? Especially in a world that is so media saturated and that is driven by so much money. And there are so many people with purposes and objectives that really have nothing to do with your mutual thriving in this world, whoever you are and whatever you think. When there were coercive and manipulative forces from many sides operating. And when that causes us to doubt the validity of scientific method, to doubt the validity of our traditions or our philosophies, to doubt our own clarity about the world. So much doubt. And the Clearness Committee is not going to solve all of that. But what it does is to cause a person to listen through the questions of others to the deeper wisdom within them. And part of the magic of that is that it is very clear where responsibility lies in each of us. Truth is not about me being right and you being wrong. It's about how well can I understand reality to navigate my life. Responsibility lies in me to do that work. And the other part of the magic is, don't do it alone. There are people of goodwill willing to undertake the discipline of not telling me what to do to help me figure it out. Now just think about your favorite newscast and imagine if the presenters acted that way instead of telling you what to think. What a different situation we might all find ourselves in now. Like Marion Tisdale and Gandhi, the weird thing is how it works. Because guaranteed, the people sitting in that circle with the person are going to leave still not thinking the same thing as that person, and maybe thinking, oh my God, what a waste of time, that person's a total fool. But I love them, and I can't choose for them. And actually, there are a ton of examples in this congregation of that too. I mean, I'll just be honest, after I shake hands with you at the door, I'm going to walk out of here and think, oh my God, what a room of fools. For sure, you think that about me when you leave here. But we're here for a greater purpose than that. And even foolishness can be a part of our basic human dignity. and figuring out the world. Because we're not alone. We're here to support each other and help each other. And my God, we saw that here for the needs assessment. People did not agree with some of the data. And there was tension in the room. And a challenge to figure out how to do the next assessment better, which is very useful to take that challenge. Not the same view. But fascinatingly, at the end, just as the recommendations, which I hope you're all going to read in the executive summary when you leave here, were posited, someone said, you know, what we really need is a way to close the gap between the lives people are living and the resources that are available. We need more people to take this survey. We need more people to be able to connect with the services that are now being provided. We need people to be able to connect with community. We need to close the gap. And I said, that's exactly the takeaway of this needs assessment. That's the whole theme, that we are generating better opportunity. We have a long way to go of connecting people with it, especially our folks who live out in rural areas. They feel very disconnected from any resources and opportunity. We have a lot of work to do to just create a connection. And the person said, the thing that would do that would be a center where everybody could come, a community center. And I love this church and I love other churches, but it doesn't need to be a church because that gets in the way. And I said, oh my God, where's that thing? Who's got it? Doesn't matter. If you open it up and look at the very first recommendation, what it says is Spartanburg County needs a secular community center centering LGBTQ plus folks as a place where people can gather and where resources can congregate and where people can be connected to everything that this community is figuring out and wanting to help provide, a place of nexus and energy. The first recommendation. And the thing to hear in that is this. Qualitative data and quantitative data that don't match. Tension in the room about how to read and understand. Leading to a deeper truth. A practical truth. That we need a place of connection and community. Where everybody belongs.
Thank you for hearing me. 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 Thank you for loving 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 me. Thank you for seeing 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 me. Thank you for not leaving me and for not leaving me and for not leaving me and for not leaving me. Thank you for staying with me. Thank you for staying with me. are gentle with me. You are gentle with me. You are gentle with me. You are gentle with me. Thanks for silence 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 with me. Thank you for holding me and saying I could be. Thank you for saying, baby. Thank you for holding me. Thank you for helping 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 me. Thank you for breaking my heart. Thank you for tearing me apart. Now I'm a strong, strong heart. Thank you for breaking my heart.
Final words on the Clearness Committee: with healing and with power. Again from Parker Palmer. Remember, the Clearness Committee is not intended to fix the focus person. So there should be no sense of letdown if the focus person does not have his or her problems solved when the process ends. A good clearness process does not end. It keeps working within the focus person long after the meeting is over. The rest of us need simply to keep holding that person in the light, trusting the wisdom of his or her inner teacher. The Clearness Committee is a powerful way to rally the strength of community around a struggling soul, to draw deeply from the wisdom within all of us. It teaches us to abandon the pretense that we know what is best for another person, and instead to ask those honest and open questions that can help that person find his or her own answers. It teaches us to give up the arrogant assumption that we are obliged to save each other and learn through simply listening to create the conditions that allow a person to find his or her wholeness within. If the spiritual discipline behind the Clearness Committee is understood and practiced, the process can become a way to renew community in our individualistic times, a way to free people from their isolation without threatening their integrity, a way to counteract the unhelpful excesses to which we sometimes take caring, and a way to create space for the Spirit to move among us with healing and with power.
One of the traditions of the UU movement is a talkback session. It comes out of our humanist tradition, and it's an invitation to what were the words of Sinead O'Connor? Tear me apart. To ask any questions that you'd like about the service, about the things we've been talking about for the last month, or about anything in the congregation. So after the service, they will have a talkback session here if you'd like to stay. We also have UUYouth after the service today. We've gotten a really strong response from this month's series. And so working with Ann and with some other folks, we're going to extend this series to a fourth week to talk about how we make decisions together, democracy. So the first week we talked about basic human dignity. More fundamental than any idea is our personhood. And then last week, freedom of conscience. Free to think anything and a conscience troubled that we don't know everything. Today we've talked about discerning the truth. And next week we're going to talk about, well, how the hell do you make decisions together when everybody's got different truth? So next week, wear your Halloween costume. Rise up after a glorious Saturday of Pride. Bring candy and a decorated trunk for the puzzle we have solved over here. And chili and toppings for a potluck. Because even this damn thing called democracy should be a lot of fun.
We have spent